my subscribers. Merry Christmas to my non-subscribers. I would like to give a big shout out to my sister and thank you really from the bottom of my heart, my spiritual sister Angela, for sending me a Christmas cash app. I would like to say thank you and thank you to my spiritual brother Nathan for sending me a Christmas cash app. I would like to give everybody a Merry Christmas again and hopefully a Happy New Year's. Thank you to my brother Philly Dom for going through this journey with me. Thank you from my sister Angela, my spiritual sister Angela, going through this journey almost 3 years, and it was through thick and thin, but she was there to me through all this. The brother Philly Dom, he was there. He pushed every button to get people to subscribe to me, and people started noticing about me. Thank you. Thank you to the brother Ace Live and Check and Effect for giving me a shout out. Anytime they was with Philly. Now we're gonna get down to business. Everybody knows the tragedy that happened in New York City on the train, Brooklyn, New York, the F train, a female that was homeless. They found out she was a white Caucasian female that was homeless, was set on fire by a man that was not supposed to be in this country. He was deported in 2018. He snuck back in the country, ended up in Brooklyn shelter, East New York, and he was staying there ever since. He tragically took an innocent person's life. Now, everybody knows that I always give a shout out and a thanks and props to the brother Cash Jordan. He is a big time YouTuber and he's been covering a lot of heinous crimes and the rent going up in New York City. He, at one time, somebody had called him a liar and said that the crime in New York City is not high, which is a lie because the crime in New York City is crazy. Peace, brother. The crime in New York City is crazy. No, I don't know why people, Merry Christmas, Terrence. The crime is very high. Now, Cathy Holcom's allegedly the same day that this happened to the female, went on camera and said that crime in New York City in the subway is not high, which is that I don't know why people are trying to hide the crime in the city and the crime in New York. But she went on, allegedly, she went on video camera saying the crime is not high the same day the lady was taken out. There's a lot of crime going on in the city of New York, and for some reason, people are trying to hide this. I don't know why. New York City right now is a violent place. It's violent. But what make it even more violent now, you have gangs that came from Venezuela into our home, causing chaos and causing death. Good morning, Greg. Chaos and death. And for some reason, everybody's trying to take this and they trying to put it under the rug. Now they're asking for Cathy Holcom's recognition. They wanted to resign right now. They wanted to resign because it's too much going on in the city of New York. That right there was the most disrespectful thing that we have ever encountered in New York City, where somebody from another country comes in here and takes out somebody that wasn't bothering nobody. They was homeless. That's what makes it even worse. The person was homeless, sleeping there, minding their business, and was murdered. Straight up. I can't wait for Trump to do that. And let's be honest, Trump told us this in the beginning. He said, listen, if the borders are going to be open, if they let this borders open, Trump told us they're going to bring in their worst. And they did. I hear crickets, man, from people now. Nobody's saying nothing. Everybody hated Donald Trump so much that they ignored him. And everything this man said, it happened. We have a situation in Long Island where one of them violated a 5-year-old female. We have Lincoln Riley in Georgia who was taken out. We had this Puerto Rican female that was taken out by one of them. We have now the lady that was burned. Now I got another thing for you. Oh yeah, this is the ultimate too. 4 of them tried to jump and rob a homeless person on the train in Queens. But that person in Queens did his duty and he took care of the situation. And I'm glad that they didn't charge this man because he was homeless on the train again. And 5 illegal migrants came and tried to rob him and tried to harm him. And he turned around and did what he had to do. And now the one that took flight, now they arrested 3 of them. So they're coming here causing nothing but chaos, but everybody wants to, advocate for them, and everybody's lying about the crime that's in the state, in the city of New York. It's getting really bad. We was already having problems with homeless people and crime there. But when you open them borders and you let all these people in, now it got worse. And they're harming people in our house. We opened our doors and we let people just come in and they're harming people. But the one that was set on fire, that was the ultimate. I'm hearing that right there went around the whole world. People saw this. People said, wow, they let these people just come in and do this? So that kind of makes us look bad. But Trump told us and he warned us. Yes, Cathy Holcom, they're trying to get her out. They're trying to get her out, John. They are asking her to step down because she got on national TV and said crime was down, then turn around and this happens. But like I said, this is not the first thing that happened. You had the Lincoln Riley in Georgia, but in New York City, you had the 5-year-old girl that was violated by one of them. I'm not going to say what they really did to her because it's horrible to a 5-year-old child, a female, what a grown man would do to a 5-year-old child, if you get my drift. You need help. Only the devil does stuff like that. You don't do stuff like that. Only Satan does stuff like that. So, there it is. Yeah, Eric Adams, yeah, he did. He finally came to his senses and said, listen, man, we can't do this no more. We can't do this no more. Okay? And now it's being done to us. We got jammed up. But the female in the train was sleeping, minding her business, bothering no one, nobody. And this man, and they said when he lit her, he took his jacket and started fanning her so the fire can get worse. So he really disrespected her. He made sure that she was going to go. It's hard to believe it happened when, yeah, I know. But it happened. And the crazy thing about it, these young kids that was young teenagers witnessed it. They witnessed it and told the cops. And Cathy Holcom's always getting in, the crime rate is low. Even some newscasters, news channel always say, crime went down. Who is telling y'all this? Why is everybody trying to cover up the criminal activity going on in New York City? Hey, what's going on? Peace. Why is everybody doing it? Why is everybody trying to cover up the criminal act attacks that's going on in the city of New York. Listen, I was born and raised in this place. I was born on 181st and Walton Avenue in the Bronx. We moved from Walton Avenue to Yonkers when I was 7 years old. I seen crime, and I seen it all my life. But everybody's trying to take it, and they're trying to cover it up. You can't cover up the crime here. People are getting snuffed out in the train stations all the time, either in the train station, in the train car, on the platform. I'm a New Yorker, and I don't like taking the trains at all. I just try to take the buses. I don't like the trains because when you're in the trains, you're trapped like a rat if something happens. If you're on the bus and something happens, at least you can open up the emergency windows and jump out. But Cathy Holcom said, "Oh, New York is the crime went down." Who told you this? Why is everybody trying to cover up? Ask yourself that question. Why are we as Americans always nice to people, and when we let them in our house, they disrespect us? Haven't we learned our lesson? Every time we open up our doors to people, people disrespect us all the time. We didn't learn our lesson yet. No lesson to be learned that we have to stop letting everybody in here. Go through the procedures. This man snuck right back into the country. The guy that took out Lincoln Riley in Georgia was in New York, got in trouble in New York. They didn't do nothing, actually really arrested him, and then they let him out of jail because of the bail reform. This stupid bail reform nonsense. I can't wait for Trump to get back in. I can't wait. Because this stupid bail reform, people was getting arrested, let out of jail. If anybody knows what bail reform is, you don't have to pay no bail. You can just get arrested, get out on your own conscience, and walk. And that's what happened to the guy that took out Lincoln Riley. He got out on his own conscience. So his brother said, "You know what? Come down to Georgia. Come down. I'm in Georgia. Come down to Georgia." Comes down to Georgia. Sees Lincoln Riley jogging. 22 years old, prominent nurse. She wants to be a nurse. And he just does what he has to do to her. We always do this, man. America, we are too nice to everybody, and we don't get it. We want to be nice to everybody. And this is why a lot of people cannot stand Donald Trump, because Trump says, no, before we let somebody in, we have to examine them. We have to do background checks. We don't know who we letting in this country. And this is why they coming in here and they're taking people out and nobody gets it. Everybody's head is in a fog right now. Good morning. Everybody's head is in, well, some people's head is in the fog. That's why people don't like Trump. Because you're not going to just walk into his house and do what you want. That's just the way it is. Now we have somebody who was taken out. Imagine being burned alive. You're on fire and you're still living, and you get that heat and you're burning, and you didn't even do nothing. Horrible. Horrible. This is why a lot of people don't like Trump, man. You can say what you want about Donald Trump, but he's not going to let nobody just come up in here and do what they want. People came up here and got all types of perks, and then you turn around and see Americans starving on the street, sleeping anywhere they can, and veterans that went to war for this country. This country was not getting what these people got. Has anybody asked themselves that question? Why? Why do they do more for them than for us? Ask yourself that question. Why do they do stuff for them and screw the American people? Now look it. Some people in America was taken out by these people. The last one on the train. Then Cathy Holcom gets into a press conference saying, oh, the crime rate is down. It went down. Went down where in New York? You know how many people right now are going through it in New York? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question, man. I hope everybody has a wonderful and safe Christmas and New Year's. Please be careful. Please be careful. You have to watch yourself. You got to watch your family members, and you have to watch your kids. You have to. It's getting dangerous for us. Because even if we try to get them out of here, there's some here hiding in families' houses and friends' houses. But what happened to these people, Lincoln Riley, the 5-year-old, the one that just happened, the Puerto Rican lady, and others who was taken out by these people? Ask yourself, why are we so nice to everybody, but are not nice and help their own people, Americans? Like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment respectfully what you think. Everybody have a wonderful Christmas and have a blessed New Year's. I will be back tonight with another one. Salute.